Hi everyone! I forgot to film an intro for this video, so I thought I'd show my ingredients and just do a quick little voiceover. Today's video is homemade bagels. This time of the year, I absolutely love baking. I guess you could call this baking. Last year this time, I discovered making homemade bagels and homemade pretzels. And I just thought they were really fun and easy to make and very little ingredients. It's like 5 or 6 ingredients. They're so simple and delicious. Every year around the holidays, my mother would make the most lavish desserts you could ever imagine. She was a baker and a chef, and she would make these crazy big desserts, and I sort of always feel this time of the year is when I get in the mood to bake and make wonderful things. So if you're interested in seeing how I make homemade bagels, keep on watching. I will actually write the entire recipe down below, but what you need is bread flour. It cannot be all-purpose flour. It definitely has to be bread flour because there's more protein in it. You need either active or instant yeast, active, dry, or the instant yeast. You need warm water, the toppings of whatever you want to use, and a little bit of brown sugar. But again, I will put all of it down below for you. Here I am with 1.5 cups of warm water, and then I'm going to add my active yeast. I'm pretty positive that's what activates the yeast, letting it sit for 5 minutes in warm water, but I'm not positive, but I'm going to say that's what it is. So I just let this sit for about 5 minutes. In the meantime, I'm getting my bread flour ready, so I need 4 cups of bread flour. This is very thick, so your mixer may jump a little, but you're going to need the dough for a couple minutes anyway. So I'm going to put here 4 cups of the bread flour. Here I am adding 2 tablespoons of light brown sugar. You do not taste this in the batter. I can't exactly remember what it's for. I will make sure I link it below, but you do want to add the 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. And I just added a little bit of salt, and here I am putting a dough hook on, and I'm going to mix this for about 2 minutes until I can't mix it anymore, and I'm adding the yeast. No extra liquid. It will all combine itself when you start kneading it. I told you these simple ingredients just make for such a wonderful bagel. I couldn't believe that this was all that you needed. You could add raisins to this. You could add anything you wanted. Here I am. This marble slab was my mother's, and it's perfect. It stays nice and cold for any type of dough. And I'm just going to knead this for about 5 minutes. You'll notice that your dough, it will be crumbly, but after about 5 minutes of kneading it, it will become almost glossy, and it will all stick together and be perfect. Don't get discouraged because I did it first, but you have to knead this for about 5 minutes or even a little bit longer to really activate that yeast, and you'll notice everything will just stick together perfectly. This is after about 5 minutes of kneading. Everything just came together perfectly, and it's just this nice little bun. It's absolutely perfect, and I only needed this for about 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do is put a little olive oil in the bottom of a bowl. You could use the same bowl. You mixed it in whatever you like, and then you're going to cover it with a towel and just set it aside for about 90 minutes so it can double in size. I definitely recommend putting it in a warmer area. And here I am ready to cut it to roll it. So I'm going to cut it in half and then cut each half into 4s. This makes about 8 bagels. What I love about these bagels is I feel like they're perfect even for a gift for the holidays. Could you imagine giving someone homemade bagels for a gift? It's just such a kind gesture because you thought about them and you made them something super special, especially if you have a foodie in your life like we do in our family. So here I am rolling them. I'm going to say they're about 12 inches maybe, and then I just roll them over and pinch them. These are not professional bagels. They look homemade, but that's what I absolutely love about them. I love the fact that they look homemade and like someone cared to make these, because it does take a while to make them. And I just sort of pinch them and just get them to stick together. You could use a little water if you really needed to, but like I said, I roll them out to about 12 inches, maybe a little more. I don't measure. You could if you wanted to, but I love the rustic homemade look of these. And then I just pinch them and just set them aside. While you're doing this, you need to put a pot of, I don't know how many quarts it is, but I will definitely link that down below, and you need to put that on to simmer. You don't want it at a rapid boil. You just sort of want it at when a few bubbles are coming up, because you do have to boil these on each side for 30 seconds. And this is what they all look like. I know they're not perfect, but I absolutely love that about them. Could you imagine handing these to somebody and just with all the love you put behind them? And like I said, this is about the temperature you want your water, not full rapid boil, just a little bit of bubbles. And I just stick them in for 30 seconds on each side, flip them over another 30 seconds, and then I set them over to drain just till I'm done with everything. Now that we're coming closer to where I'm almost done, you need to preheat your oven to 400 degrees because these are going to finish off in the oven. So at 400 degrees, I cooked these for 20 minutes and they were perfect for us, because you need to realize people are still going to want to toast these. So they were completely done, but they weren't overcooked. So like I said, 400 degrees for about 20 minutes is the perfect temperature for these bagels. And at this point, you can add any topping you want. You could use plain bagels. I did the everything bagels. Here I have everything seasoning, and I just stick it in a bowl. And this is so simple, and I just dip the bagels in them. You could do an egg wash if you really wanted to, but again, I just wanted to keep this super simple and easy. So I just pick up a bagel, I pick the bagel up, dip it, and then just set it on the tray to be baked in the oven. I guess I decided to show the temperature. Like I said, it was 400, and these are what they all look like now that they're coated. You could do as much or as little. You could do all poppy seed, all sesame seed. It's endless what you could add to these. You could do sea salt bagels. You could do anything you could think of. And here they are straight out of the oven. They were so delicious, and these are so good warm with butter or cream cheese. And I'm just setting them up on my wood cake stand to cool. Once they are completely cooled, you want to store these in an airtight container, and they will last you a couple days. I don't think they'll last that long in anyone's house because they are so good. But yeah, you can store them in a seal tight container. But here I am just putting them to cool. I really hope you enjoyed this. I had so much fun filming it for you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it down below. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more fun here. And thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.